Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your United Uncle. Hopefully, I found you well. This is a new show where we discuss about Manchester United. Previously, I was talking about Manchester United problems. I've done 2 episodes. Now, this is the 3rd one of what I believe is Manchester United problems. So, before you pass this channel, can you please give me a bit of your time to explain and discuss what I think? You feel free to comment whatever you agree with, whatever you don't agree with, whatever you want me to improve. I thank you. As we start, yesterday I touched a bit of Alex Ferguson. So I'm going to continue on that part of Sir Alex Ferguson. There was a documentary, I'm sure a lot of you saw it, about the treatment, the hair dryer, things like that, which was happening in the changing room. I recently watched a podcast from Rio Ferdinand, where they were interviewing Patrice Evra. Patrice Evra said, I quote, if Ferguson was coaching now with these current players, he is very sure that Ferguson will be arrested. Because back then, what was deemed harassment or abuse back then, now is deemed harassment and abuse. But there's another thing. Sometimes, if you're a leader, sometimes you need to be firm, sometimes you need to be harsh. But now we're living in a world whereby if you tell someone how you think as a leader, they regard you as someone who's abusing. It happens everywhere, in families, in what. If you tell someone how you feel as a leader, it's regarded as abuse. So I believe also the current time we're used to a harsh manager who wants the results. He even criticized people after winning the cup. At one time, he even banned a party that the wives are not allowed to come to the party after winning, because he was not happy with the way the players were playing that game. So now we're at a situation that if a manager just says something small, is blown out of proportion. The media is all over it. It's all over Twitter. The supporters, it doesn't know men and management. I think you know the story. So that change of mentality or that change of personnel, it also affected us. Because Manchester was doing well with such a leader, such a father figure, who is very authoritative. But now we're at a point whereby the coach have to think twice. Can I say this or can I not? A perfect example is for Ten Hag and Sancho. Ten Hag just said Sancho is not going to be in the team because he didn't train well. That one didn't sit well with Sancho. It didn't sit well with a lot of people. It didn't sit well with the media. That story was blown out of proportion. But he only said Sancho is not in the team because he didn't train well. So I don't know what else is a manager supposed to say. So some of those things, because the managers which are coming now, they don't feel that they're in authority. They don't feel that they're in charge. They don't feel that they've got that authority to do what they want. They have to think before they talk. That's the other thing which I think is affecting Manchester United. Then I touched about what we call Man U takes. Man U takes, an example is like if you want a player for 40 million, when they just hear that it's Manchester United who wants that player, they will put it maybe to 80, to 100, whatever. Because there's a belief that Manchester United has got a lot of money, of which Manchester United, in reality, they're in debt. They've been debt since the Glazers came, the Glazers acquired the team through debt, but they know how to manage the business. They know how to go around the financial statements and everything. Not like it's fraud, but it's a way of doing business. You have to operate in a debt. You borrow to do something. You borrow to do something. Not like they're doing it like in an illegal way. Please don't misquote me on that one. Don't misquote me on that one. Because perfect examples. I can tell you of Anton. Anthony came almost 100 million. I'm sure if it was another team, it was going to be maybe 40 million, 30 or so. But because he was going to Manchester United, and they knew very well that the player wanted to come to Manchester United, he was a 10-hag player, who were charged between 80 to 100. Look at Rasmus, 72 something. Look at even Pogba. Pogba came at 100 million. He was a good player, but for that value, I think it was too much. Look at Sanchez, how much Sanchez came. Look at Di Maria. All those prices, I feel those prices were inflated because it's Manchester United. Look at Onana, the price for Onana. It was above 50 million. All those prices, they're inflated because of Manchester United. So by inflating prices, we end up buying more. We end up having too much debt. We end up not able to buy other players. So eventually in the wrong one, it affects us. When we've got an opportunity to buy now a suitable player, we can't. Like the situation we're in now, that we need to sell to buy. And to make matters worse, after buying those players with high wages like that, most of them, they go for free. That's another mismanagement. So if you follow the trail, follow the money trail, you see that all these things, they affect the team, they affect the way it's playing, and eventually it affects us as supporters. That is, I talked of Ferguson, I talked of the Man U takes. Then I've also noticed, I don't think our players like each other. I don't know who's in charge of team building. I know coaches like Mourinho, they used to visit players, they used to call their wives, they used to call their girlfriends. I don't know now if it's happening. Because I recently had another former coach in the setup. He said now he is even afraid to call the wives of the players because they might see it the wrong way, that why the coach is calling my wife. But some coaches, they used to say, today there's no training. They call the players, they call the mothers, they tell them, if you see your player not there, it means he's somewhere, he's not with us. They used to go out, team building, a lot of things was happening. Coaches used to come to the house, dinner, lunch, everything, family functions. I don't know if those things are still happening. I think it's just we meet at work, then we go home. You go this side, you go this side. Plus, this thing also like to have a group of a certain nation in one team. Like you have a group of this country, a group of these people speaking this language. I think it forms a clique. It's better to make it maybe one, to just spread it, because now football is universal. But if you have like a group of people, maybe the other ones which are inferior or they are less, they feel like we're not part of this. And the language is also. Our players understanding each other. I believe that we've got a lot of Portuguese speaking players there. Portuguese is majority, because we've got Portuguese players, even the Brazilians, they speak Portuguese. I'm sure even the Spanish and stuff, they speak Portuguese. But I don't know for the other side, the British brothers and some Africans, are they speaking Portuguese? Some of these things, because I'm sure it's really coming to the British players. Maybe they feel that no, it's like a takeover. This club is in Britain, but now there's too much Portuguese speaking. It's something which I notice. I think it affects also. But there's nothing we can do about that, because the world is moving. The world is now universal. You can work there. When you're in this country, you can go there. We just need to be united. Let's take away all these funny things. You come from there, you speak which language, you do what. This is my friend, because we speak the same language. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think those players they like each other. Because there are certain things which happen in the match. You believe that no man, these players they don't like each other. Not passing to each other, even celebrations. There's a lot which happens. Answering back to each to if you are reprimanding, you answer. If you do this, there's a lot. But I'll put a separate video of the solutions which I think will help us. We go to the next point. There's this issue of jersey numbers. You remember, for those who played soccer, even at junior school, at primary, jersey number is something. It's like your identity. So imagine you've got an identity, and someone just come and say, "Me, I'm gonna use that identity." You change. How does it feel? You've got your camp. Immediately, there's already division. That's how I see it. Perfect examples. When Ronaldo came, Cavani was wearing number 7. The previous season, Cavani was very good. But the season he played with Ronaldo, I'm sure they just started one match. It was a 3-0 against Tottenham away, if I'm not mistaken. But that whole season, they never started a match together. Either one come in and what. But Cavani had to change. I think he went to number 21. What does that say to Cavani's confidence? Even when you go to the terrace, your wife, your mother, what are they saying? They will tell you that, so you are not superior enough to have that jersey. You have to hand over your jersey. Me, that thing of that a player comes and he demands a jersey number which someone is wearing, to me, it's wrong. No matter who you are. To maintain peace, just take another jersey. We've got examples of people like Zidane. When they went to Real Madrid, they had to wear number 5. He's known for wearing number 10, but there was someone. Beckham, he was known for wearing number 7 all his life, but he had to go and wear number 23. All those things. To respect the people. They've got stories of people wearing number 99. He's supposed to be wearing number 9. All those things. But Ronaldo came, he took number 9. It affected Cavani. You know what happened in that season. There's also Anthony. Yes, it's Anthony Martial. You people, all of us, we know him as Martial. Martial, when he came to Manchester United, he was wearing number 9. He was wearing number 9. And then the next season, or seasons after, Zlatan came. Zlatan demanded number 9, or he was given number 9. So it forced Martial to move from number 9 to number 11. To make matters worse, Martial has got a clothing range. I don't know now if it's still functioning. He has got his label called AM9 because of Anthony Martial 9. But Zlatan come and take the jersey number 9. Or the team saw that they need to give Zlatan the number 9. It's another story. We all know what happened to Martial. Those are the small examples of taking somebody's jersey. People who are in authority, they need to take note of all these small things. Then giving the wrong jersey, a certain number to the wrong player. You give number 7 to Mason Mount. He's a good player, but I think someone need to end that jersey. Number 7 is a legendary jersey for Manchester United. From Charlton, Cantona, Beckham, Ronaldo, you name it. It was been worn by legends. Even at one time, Antonio Valencia was wearing number 7, but he saw that no man, this is a huge number. He had to change from number 7 to 25. He saw that no, I can't do this. Now we gave it to Mount. Automatically, you put pressure on him. We all know what happened to Mount. He's injured, but even when he's playing, he's not confident because you already give him you've already given him some baggage. Because every time he's thinking that I'm wearing a Legends jersey, I'm wearing a Legends jersey. I feel that number is supposed to be reserved for our academy players, as those who are in the system for Manchester United, who won't feel the pressure. People like Garnacho, people like Maimo, even Rashford, all those people, they're the ones who should be reserved for that number 7. That's how I think. Because everyone were discussing that obvious number 7 is going to be given to Garnacho. Then it was given to Mount. To me, that one was a mistake again. Garnacho has never been the same again. Check Garnacho from when he started and what's happening now. But I know he's a small boy. He's going to improve. He's going to make us smile. Although he need to check his attitude and some of the things he do. But otherwise, Garnacho is a good player. Then also, we've got legendary jersey number like number 10. Number 10 is an example of Manchester United. It's worn by Rashford. But now it's Rashford this, Rashford there, Rashford this, Rashford there, Rashford this. I think we need to respect those numbers. If you have got given a certain responsibility, captain, and these iconic numbers, number 7, 10, even 11, those are iconic numbers. Respect those numbers. Now, when an issue by Rashford is not playing, we are not told what's happening. There's a rumor that the deal with AC Milan is close. Number 10. So it means we have to look for another person to wear that number 10. Number 10 has got a strong history at Manchester. Rooney, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Sheringham, you name it. There's a lot of people, big names, who have won that jersey. Big names who have won that jersey. So I don't know what you're thinking about that. But these are the other things which I believe they're affecting us. I will do another episode about the problems. I've done the episode 1, episode 2, this is episode 3. So please, if you like what I'm saying, if you enjoy what I'm saying, please do like, do subscribe, and do share. Help me grow my channel. Forget about the surrounding. I always say it. Forget about the lighting, forget about the dressing, forget of how I look. Just focus on the message. With time, we'll get better. Even the way I talk. But I believe I talk well. But I'm not here to talk about myself. It's about the message. I'm trying my part. I'm trying my part to help the team as far as I am. I know internet is a powerful thing. Our messages, they arrive. They go to certain ears. So please help me spread the love about Manchester. I thank you. Enjoy your day.